Please make Sunita co-host so that she can also help making people panelist.
Ma'am, hi ma'am, hi Rajbir.
Hi, hello.
Ma'am was saying something, Rajbir, I could not
Yes,
hear.
yes, I have made you the co-host also.
Yeah, I was
Acha,
just saying कि make 2-3 people
So that
co-host
she
so
can
that
also help making people panelist.
okay, okay, ma'am.
राजवीर मुझे भी बना दो आप co-host.
Yes, ma'am. I think, ma'am, Sabha is a faculty member, right?
Yes, Sabha
No?
is from sociology.
Sabha and Rangarajan sir, I have made.
Rangarajan.
मैंने कर दिया ma'am.
Okay.
We have the YouTube link, then we can share it in the chat box also.
Yes, ma'am. I have got the link. Let more students join, then we'll share it in the chat box.
Right.
Hello everyone. If there are any faculty members in the attendees, kindly raise your hands. We'll promote you to a panelist.
Dr. Main Pal from physics have joined us. Faculties, if you are in attendees list, please raise your hand. We'll make you a panelist. I think we can start now.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of IQAC, Shri Venkateshwar College, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all the faculty members and students present here for this orientation session. Today's orientation session is regarding SEC courses, skill enhancement courses for the semester second students. Before we start with the presentations, I would like to invite Dr. Shruti Mathur, faculty member from the Department of Commerce and also the SEC Nodal Officer, to address this session. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for inviting me for this orientation session. Welcome, dear students. I would like to tell you a little bit about how we plan to help you decide on which SEC paper to select. The first thing that is being planned is the orientation which you are attending. In this online orientation, you will get to know about the 15 papers which are being offered by the college. You can choose any one of these 15 papers, and during this orientation, all the teachers will keep joining and they will tell you a brief outline about their respective papers. So, this will give you a fair idea about the SECs which are being offered by the college. You can see you can identify the ones that interest you, and once you have shortlisted your preferred SEC, the next thing that we will do is, and this is a new thing which we are doing. Last time that was not the process, so this time we are going to have an interactive session for the students. A schedule for this will be shared with you within the next few days. So you will you can get to know about these SEC papers in further details. So right now you have already come to know about the list of 15 papers because that notice has been shared with you. Today in this session, you will get to know a little bit more about these 15 papers. And out of these 15 papers, you can shortlist the ones that you feel are to your liking. Then next Saturday, we will fix up a schedule, and in that schedule, you can go to your, shortlisted SEC rooms, and you can discuss with the teachers. The teachers will be there. They will again give you, a detailed idea about what the paper is, how it will help you out. And, since this will be an interactive session, you can also ask your doubts, your queries, to get a better understanding of the paper and how it suits you. And once that is done next Saturday, then you can fill the form. The form is already open. If you want, you can fill it now, and the form is editable. You can edit it at any point of time till the last day of registration. As you're already aware, dear students, registrations for SEC and WAC and GE are open till 31st January. So till 31st January, you have sufficient time to make up your mind about which particular SEC you want to pick. As always, in case you want to study an SEC which is not being offered by the college, you can apply and you can decide to go to a cluster college to study that SEC, for which again the procedure has already been listed in the notices which are there, as well as on the form also. When you go through the form, it is written how to go about it. But everybody has to fill the form whether or not you are wanting to select an SEC from the college. If you are not selecting an SEC from the college, there is an option whereby there you can mention that you will not be selecting an SEC of the college, and then you have to mail to the specified email ID which is mentioned in the form. So that is the registration process. We are hoping that all of you will fill the form within the scheduled time. Because those who do not fill in with the scheduled time, then we cannot, it becomes difficult for us to award you your assigned papers, your preferred papers. And those who fill the form after the scheduled date, we don't know whether that particular SEC, which is your first preference, we will be able to take you for that. Because if there are seats are already full for that SEC, then we may not be able to accommodate you in that preferred SEC. So please fill the form by the last date of your registration. So that is what I wanted to point out. Thank you, and I think you can continue with the program. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Once again, I would like to announce that if there are any faculty members in the attendees, kindly raise your hands so that we can promote you to a panelist. Okay. So, ma'am, let's start with the presentations. We have the first presentation from the Department of Biochemistry. Is there anyone from the Department of Biochemistry? Anyone from the Department of Biochemistry for SEC Public Health, Hygiene and Nutrition? Okay, the next SEC presentation is from the Department of Botany.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. This is Prasad from Botany Department.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, you may start with the presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Just now I'm sharing.
Okay, sir.
Ma'am, it is visible now, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible.
So, my name is Dr. K. Prasad from Department of Botany. So, we are offered the course is Green Belt Development for Smart Cities. What is the use of Green Belt Development?
Sir,
Now
please,
that
your presentation is not opened yet. I think your screen is visible, but your presentation is not there on.
okay. Now, ma'am?
Now your screen is not there. Screen sharing is over. Yes, now it's coming. Yes.
Now okay, na, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Second slide is visible, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, now entire globe is facing two negative consequences. One is climate change, another one is global warming. Climate change and global warming affect all regions of the around the world. Its serious threats and its consequences impact many different aspects of our living life. So one more thing is their pollution. So all around the world, whatever cities is developed already, so there now the main problem is that air pollution and water pollution. So in this now only way to overcome these problems now only to improve the greenery cover on the cities. So in this way, Botany Department is offering green belt development for smart cities. So if you see in whatever it is there in the cities, forest cover is there. That generally we call it as a lungs of the cities because now they are releasing the oxygen for cities. But if you see in our Delhi now, so it is the very few pockets are there forest patches. So because of that, we are facing huge problem on the air pollution impact. This thing is there. So in this thing now, so Government of India introduced the student. One of the key program is that Green Belt Development for Smart Cities. The aim of the program is the acquainting student with various methods and technique to use development of the infrastructure of the smart cities. Why green skill development program? So what is the main aim is that estimate of the green cover area in the cities, how to manage air pollution with the help of the greenery development program, how to manage wastewater and how to utilize this wastewater to our daily routine, whatever it is there for greenery development for plants is there, to we can use that water for giving the water. So why should we opt this program? So the main aim of this program you have to opt for this one pollution-free environment for our future generation. If you want to give the pollution-free environment for our future, so only way is that we have to develop the greenery in the cities or whatever it is there, countries and the entire earth also. So the syllabus, if you come on the syllabus, it is the only practical based only is there. There is no theory And practicals also 10 is there. One is that vegetation sampling and canopy cover estimation of an area, estimation of the total carbon stock of an area, greenery, generating green cover maps by using GPS point, analyzing microclimatic condition, light, wind, etc. To understanding method for the selection of the plant according to the pollutant load for both air and water pollution, assessing air pollution tolerant plant by using APT index, measurement of the dissolved oxygen, biochemical oxygen demand, and total dissolved oxygen. So this is the practicals. If you opt this program now, only 10 practicals is there. It is very easy also, and you can score for this. If you opt this course now, you can score more in this course. So outcome of the important of the greenery development for cities and to assess the restoring pollutant environment through appropriate plan to measure biotic abiotic factor contributing sustainable and healthy environment. What is the career opportunities is there? You are becoming an entrepreneur in the greenery development program and air pollution control and wastewater treatment programs in the smart cities, and becoming a greenery development professional in the cities or whatever it is there in highways also nowadays they are using for this one. Launching your own NGO and becoming an advisory person for Government of India. So this is the career opportunities are there if you learn this program to offer. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Students, if you have any questions regarding the presentations, you can post those questions in the Q&A box. Sir, you may stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, I think we have Dr. Priyanka from the Department of Biochemistry for the presentation.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay.
So shall I start, ma'am?
Yes, please go
Okay.
ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ma'am, firstly, should I share my screen first?
Yes, please share
Okay.
your screen.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Dr. Priyanka Java from the Department of Biochemistry. For this semester, our department is offering public health, hygiene and nutrition as our SEC paper, which will be of 2 credits. And for this,
Priyanka, sorry, I think the screen has not been shared yet.
okay, ma'am, let me do it again.
Please.
Ma'am, is it visible now?
No, Priyanka, not yet. I think you can stop sharing and start once again.
I'm pressing the share screen button, but I don't know why my presentation is not appearing.
Okay, is the screen visible to anybody else?
No, screen is not visible. You go on share screen and then you have to select which screen do you want to share. You go on the entire screen. You select the entire screen option.
Yes, ma'am, I did that. I'm doing that again. 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is it visible now?
Yes,
Yeah.
now
Okay.
it has started.
I'll start again.
Okay, I'm just interrupting here as Dr. Prasad Kothareddy is with us. Sir, there is a query. There is a student from History Honors and he's asking, he or she is asking whether he can opt for Green Belt Development for Smart Cities as a SEC because it is offered by Botany Department. Is there any requirement that a student should be from the science background? Dr. Prasad, if you can answer this query.
Ma'am, there is no requirement as such.
Okay.
Yeah, is the student from History
requirement, ma'am.
Honors, yeah, can opt for what Green Belt Development.
Okay.
No, botany
Science background
students
is
are
not
they cannot opt.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Dr. Priyanka, you may go ahead now.
Yeah, I'll start again. So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Priyanka Java from Department of Biochemistry. And for this semester, our department is offering public health, hygiene, and nutrition as our SEC paper. And this paper will be comprising of 2 credits. And the only component of this paper is the practical part, and there would be no prerequisites required. So anybody who wants to join this paper can join this paper. I'll be sharing the key highlights of this course. Firstly, the significance of the public health and hygiene. And adding to it, we will also study the role of nutrition in public health biology, and what all environmental determinants actually decide what leads to public health. The significance of this course would lie in the fact that the public health initiatives focus on community-wide strategies to enhance health outcomes. The hygiene practices contribute to disease prevention on an individual level. Adequate nutrition is essential for optimal physical and mental development. So by the end of this paper, the students will have a holistic view of understanding that all these 3 things contribute for a foundation of healthier population, thus reducing the burden of illness and improving the quality of life. So this is all I want to say. If there's any query, then students can approach me.
Students, please post your queries and questions in the question and answer box.
Rajbir, can I just say one thing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt the schedule, but based on the question that was asked by one of the students, of course, for green belt development, there is no prerequisite, but for some of the papers, there is a prerequisite. So the students can see this prerequisite. It was mentioned in the first notice which we brought out. And these prerequisites are also mentioned in the SEC syllabus, the links of which have been shared. So you're requested to see that you fulfill the prerequisites, if any, for a particular paper. Where there is no prerequisite, then it's not a problem. But if there is a prerequisite, please see and then select. Also, any SEC paper selected by you should not be very similar to any core paper or any other paper which you are or may have studied. So, in case of any confusion or doubt, you can talk to your teacher in charges or your subject teachers who can guide you as to this point. And any SEC which you may have studied in the previous semesters, of course, you cannot do it again, even if it is being offered by the college. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Dr. Priyanka, you may stop sharing your screen. Okay. So the next presentation we have from the Department of Chemistry. The SEC paper is Forensic Chemistry. Anyone from the Department of Chemistry?
Yes, ma'am. This is Dr. Rangarajan. I am going to present here.
Yes.
Yes, let me share my screen first. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone, students and faculty members. This is Dr. Rangarajan from Department of Chemistry. I'm going to present this orientation on behalf of Dr. Pooja. She is not here today. Here I'm going to be telling you about the set paper for the semester 2 offered by the Department of Chemistry. Is Forensic Science, which has 2 credits, total of 2 credits. One is for lecture, that is theory part. Another one is for practical part. Practical part has 1 credit, so total of 2 credits. So you have to appear for the theory examination in the end semester and practical also. Okay. So since you have to both the component. Okay, let me give you a brief about the forensic chemistry subject. What paper which becomes a more important topic of scientific and legal interest in concern with society and society. Forensic science is a multidisciplinary field that involves the application of scientific principles and techniques to investigate and solve crimes. It plays a crucial role in the legal system by providing objective and scientific analysis of evidence of crime, helping to establish facts and support legal proceedings. The syllabus over here, now I am showing the syllabus. The unit 1 is the syllabus is designed in such a way that, let me tell you, in such a way that it covers very basic and fundamental aspects of forensic chemistry. When you complete this paper, you will be eligible to enter into higher studies in forensic chemistry, and you will have several career options too. I will show you in the next slide. First, let me cover the topic of interest that you are going to be covering this. So in the first topic, first unit, history and organizational structures, which involves definition, scope, and need of forensic science, ethics, etc. In the second unit, a very interesting unit, in this unit, methods and analysis of fingerprints detection. So in this unit, you will be covering subjects like topics like history of fingerprints, how it evolves, how we started to take the fingerprint to investigate the crime scene, to detect the crime, and fingerprints as forensic evidence, visible finger marks, how to detect the finger marks by chemical methods and powder methods and some other methods. This is a very interesting unit. We have practical component also in this topic. The third unit is scope. Oh, sorry. The third unit is scope and future perspective. So in this, you are going to study the trap cases, collection and preliminary analysis of evidence in trap cases, alcoholic beverage, dyes, how dyes are going to play an important role in crime scenes, other spectroscopic techniques, TLC, to investigate the crime scenes, and fire. The topic in this unit, another topic in this unit is fire, arson, and explosive fires. So, what are the types of fire? What are the requirement of fire, and how to suppress the fire, and drug abuse. So, we have all interesting topics and fundamental topics of forensic chemistry. So, next is career options. With this topic, you will have several career options in the related fields that are displayed over here. So you can see it. And you have for practical component, you have five to six practical component. So how to distinguish handwriting, individual characteristics, phenolphthalein trap case, alcohol presence in different liquid, how to identify, how to detect alcohol presence in different liquor, and development of fingerprints by chemical and powder methods. So these are going to be very interesting session, practical component. And the learning outcome is the course outcome is a very fascinating paper. This is also a fascinating paper for science students, but also students from other non-science disciplines. So these are the learning outcomes. The course outcome of this paper are you will be able to describe latent fingerprints, various methods of detection of latent fingerprints. You will have basic idea about how the crime scenes are protected and how the crime scenes are investigated, and collection and prevention of evidence from crime scenes, etc. So this paper is very fascinating paper, as I already told you. So not only for science students, this is for non-science background students also can enroll for this paper. I think this is all about the forensic chemistry paper. Let me thank you, everyone. And if you have any
Dr.
queries,
Prasad, I think this paper has prerequisite of having a science in class 12th,
but
to the best of my information. Maybe you can just check on it
yes,
from the syllabus.
yes, ma'am. I have just checked from the syllabus. There is no prerequisite of this course. Okay, I will make it clear from TAC and their senior faculty members.
Okay, sir.
Any query?
Yeah, if students you have any questions, please ask in the question and answer box. Please post your queries there.
Okay, I will stop this screen now.
Yes. So we have the next presentation from the Department of Commerce. The SEC paper is Personal Financial Planning. Anybody from the Department of Commerce? Next, we have from the Department of Economics. The SEC paper is Social Media Marketing.
I think Shibani is there from Department of Economics.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. I'll just share my screen.
Yes, please go ahead.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, screen sharing has started.
Yeah, I'm just sharing the slides. Yes.
Yes, the presentation is visible now.
Good afternoon, everyone, the faculty members and the students. I'm Shivani from the Department of Economics, and this time the department is offering social media marketing as its SEC. So the most important thing before discussing the syllabus is that this course has a prerequisite of digital marketing as an SEC. If a student has chosen an SEC of digital marketing in their first semester, only they are eligible to take this course in the second semester. So I'll start with the syllabus. The first unit is comprises of introduction to social media marketing. It is basically a very although it has a credit of 1+1, that means there is theory also and practical also, but it is a very practical oriented course, and in which in the first unit we'll be learning about what is social media marketing, what is its importance, what are the various kinds of social media platforms, and how basically the social media influencers, if they are in fashion, if they are in say cricket or whatever it is, how do they engage, and how can the new generation become good social media influencers by having good marketing strategies. So all this is discussed in the first unit, along with the good strategies of social media engaging. There are various other exercises involved in the first unit, like identifying the social media platforms for marketing a good service. We last time we did exercises of engaging people on social media on Instagram. Also, we communicated with many other marketing companies from Instagram, and from I think there was a communication with somebody from YouTube also. Then after the first unit, we come to social media marketing plan and performance measurement. So basically, the influence, for example, if we take an influencer of YouTube, say Tanmay Bhatt, or somebody who's very popular among the youngsters, and what marketing strategies do they adopt? So basically we take case studies of say 3-4 influencers, and we see what kind of marketing strategies they have adopted in social media to remain relevant, and what are the lessons which the other budding influencers can take from that and have a good reach for themselves as well. Then the third unit comprises of content creation. If you are a social media influencer, of course you have to build on the content aspect also. Just having good marketing strategies will only lead you to a certain extent, but you have to have good content, you have to use engaging content, the campaigns have to be good, you have to post daily or post, you have to give stories to the people, to your followers, and that is how you become an influencer. So basically it is a very interesting course in which the students can learn. And last time we had many good students who wanted to become influencers in their own way. Not always do they want to become fashion influencers or something, but they wanted to spread something about their own businesses, and how they want to create more contacts, how they can do more networking. All this is a part of this course, so it can really help you in becoming, even if you do not want to be a social media influencer. But I think we all want many more followers on our Instagrams, on or Facebook or whatever we use. So all these marketing strategies can help us to create some relevant content which will make us relevant in the social media as well. So yes, so I like to repeat this prerequisite, which is that you have to have done digital marketing in your SEC in the first semester. So that is it. And yes, of course we'll be having many practical exercises along with the theoretical component. The theoretical component is there, but it is a very limited, in a very limited way it is there. So yes, that is it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shibani. Next, we have the presentation from Department of Electronics. The SEC paper is R Programming for Business Analytics. I think Dr. Lalita, ma'am is sharing the presentation with me. Just give me a minute. Ma'am, please send it on my email.
Hello, Rajbir. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
I just sent it. I mean, in fact, I sent 5 of this one. Please select the presentation.
Okay, ma'am.
I just sent it to you. Did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Just give me a minute, ma'am.
Sure, sure.
Meanwhile, if there is any faculty in the participants list, please raise your hand so that you can be promoted as a panelist.
Yes, ma'am. I have received it. Ma'am, which document should I open?
Presentation, the PPT.
PPT. Okay.
Yeah. Could you open it, Rajbir?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I'll share the screen now.
Sure, sure.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, I can see it.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
you could just make it full screen.
Yes, ma'am. Here it is.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. The Department of Electronics is offering R programming for business analytics as its skill enhancement course for the second semester students. Yeah, I think, data analysis and business analytics, which is, part of data analysis or data analytics, as we call it, is one of the most popular fields as of now. And personally, I mean, after teaching this for one semester, I feel it is important for, children to learn or learn about the software tools which allow this analytics. And this semester in this course, we are going to learn R programming to do the business analytics. Now, you all may wonder what analytics actually means. We'll come to the business term later. But analytics basically is, looking at data, using information technology and some software tools to actually draw patterns from the data that we have. And we are not talking of data which are, which are small in nature. We are talking of data which is huge. And it is humanly impossible to just sit and analyze the data without the assistance of information technology. So business analytics, it has become almost a routine, for with the proliferation of internet and data and software tools and all that. It has become important to understand the nature of data as of now. So this particular paper emphasizes more on extracting data or downloading data from repositories which are available, and then analyzing them into a meaningful or to draw, as I said, meaningful patterns out of the data. So this analytics, the exercise of analytic combines data, information technology, analyzing it statistically, and using quantitative methods to look into the patterns, and to a certain extent use machine learning models and algorithms also to predict a few things based on what we already know. Yeah, next slide, please. No, we can skip this. Go to the next slide, please. Yeah. Now, what is the significance of this so-called business analytics? Business analytics allows us to make data-driven decisions. It converts available data into valuable information. It does not allow assumptions, which may or may not assist the business per se. We get quick answers to certain questions. We can get a very good insight into customer behavior. Now, because it has been business analytics, we use the word customer here, but it can be any stakeholder for that matter. And then we get some insight into some key business metrics reports when and where required for the institution or for the business as such. Next slide, please. Now, scope of business analytics. Now, what exactly involves business analytics, or what is it that we learn in business analytics? Now, business analytics has a wide range of application and usages. We do what is called descriptive analysis. We can do what is called predictive analysis, and we can do what is called prescriptive analysis based on the study of the data that we are focusing on. The next slide, please. Descriptive analysis basically involves, or it looks into the answer to the question, what has happened in the past? So given an institution, now business doesn't necessarily mean a business organization, but it can mean any institution where there is so much of data and we are trying to learn from the data. So what actually has happened in the past is what we learn in the descriptive analysis. The next one. All right. No, this is not the one. Can you just skip this and go? Yeah, but just forget about the earlier this one. The next thing is predictive analysis. Predictive analysis helps us in understanding, I mean, based on the data that we already have, we can actually do some forecasting techniques and use some statistical models to find out what actually is going to happen in the future. You know, when we deal with data, we just don't talk about it instantly or at this point of time. We look into what happened earlier, and we also see what is going to happen in the future if we want the business to be business to have a longevity, so to speak. So predictive analysis helps us in predicting the future course of events and take measures for the same if required. The next one. Now, predictive modeling and machine learning techniques. Predictive modeling uses statistics to predict outcomes. Machine learning is the scientific study of algorithms. Now, machine learning is a buzzword, you know, as of now, when we learn different analytical techniques and all that. So machine learning helps us in doing a scientific study of algorithms and models that computer systems. We just don't use computers to store data anymore. We use our computers and software to do a little more than what they have been doing so far. And machine learning is one such degree added to the added to the attributes, if I can say so, of software. So machine learning algorithms help us to build mathematical models based on the data that we have, and it also helps us to make predictions and take decisions without being explicitly programmed to perform the task. Okay, this is just details of machine learning. Can you go to the next slide, please? Prescriptive analysis. The third type of analytics that we look into is what is called prescriptive analytics. Now, given the data and given its past and its present, what can actually we do? What should we do in case something has gone wrong? In case something doesn't actually go the way we intend it to go, what can we do? That is something what we look at in prescriptive analysis. So in fact, it is amazing that our data contains all this information. So prescriptive analysis is a branch of analytics that makes use of optimization and simulation algorithms. And we try to find answers to the questions like, what should we do? So prescriptive analysis gives advices on possible outcomes. And it is a relatively new field of analytics. It is another dimension added to the so-called analytics, so that it allows users to recommend different possible solutions to any given problem in any given institution. Yeah, next, please. Now, this is just a flow chart, of the business analytic process. The business need, we start with the need. It's a circle that goes on. We collect data, we analyze data, we do a prediction, we find the best solution, we make a decision based on the solution. Then, if at all, to answer the question, what should we do? We update our data and then go back if it suits the business needs or not. So the circle keeps going. We go through this cycle, almost each time we look into our data. Next. Components of business analytics. Now, there are 6 major components of categories in any analytics solution. One is data mining. One is what is called text mining. One is doing an analytics on it. And then one is optimizing the data that we have. And one is to visualize. Visualization turns out to be one of the most compelling, what word can I use? Compelling exercise that one can do in while analyzing data. Yeah, next one, please. Now, data mining, I don't think we have to go through the details. You can just skip this, and text mining, etc. You will learn all these things more in detail, as we go through the course. Next. Yeah, this is all just an explanation of whatever we have discussed so far. Optimization, visualization. Go ahead. Users of business analytics, who actually uses, the concept of business analytics? Students do, business people do, accountants and auditors do, organizations, companies, group of industries, small firms, big firms, they all, in fact, are involved in the so-called business analytics. So almost everyone needs to have a knowledge of analytics. Let's sideline the word business as of now, but then analytics is an important exercise or skill that anybody should have. Next. All right. Now, the main software used for business analytics, I mean, earlier on, business analytics was carried out, by maintaining records and by having ledgers and, storing information on paper. However, we now have software available for doing this business analytics. Now, we all are very well versed with MS Excel. So MS Excel to a certain extent helps us in analyzing the data. SPSS is a dedicated software which statistical people use, and R programming is what we are going to learn in this course, and R is interesting for reasons which I'm going to come to later. Then SAS and eViews are two other software which one can use for business analytics. Can we go to the next slide, please? So SPSS, no, these are the details of these two software packages. We can skip this. MS Excel also. Now MS Excel, okay, right. It's going faster than I would want it to. Can we go back? No. Okay. MS Excel, I mean, but let's spend a little time on MS Excel because we all know how to use MS Excel. Now we know how to store data in Microsoft Excel. Now the features of Excel are to calculate. It allows us to do calculation. There are graphing tools allowing us to visualize our data. Then we can create what are called pivot tables and a macro programming language called the Visual Basic, which is built in the MS Excel that we all use, coming from Microsoft. Next slide, please. Yes. Now, why should we use R? Because R is key to this business analytics course that we are learning. Now, R is fastly becoming a most important programming language to learn for reasons that it gives statistical analysis very quickly and very efficiently. So it's a complete statistical language. And another reason, R is an open source software. It is very easy to learn. Now, okay, I'll come to the comparison of R with Python a little later. There's a vast community. Nowadays, most of the software is community based in that, individuals create packages. Individuals create functions which can be added or modules which can be added to the basic programming setup of either R or Python, because Python also parallelly works as efficiently as R, and it has a lot of libraries. The libraries are the most important and predominantly the heart of any software package. So there are huge libraries available for R. Learning it is easy. It connects with other languages. It is cross-platform compatible, which means one can use R on any type of a platform, and the graphical outputs are excellent in R. Next slide, please. Applications of R programming. I mean, here there is a list of which areas R programming is widely used. So anything from insurance to energy to finance to electronics to retail to healthcare to academics, you name it, R programming can be used. Yeah, next slide. R ecosystem. R is a language for statistical programming. What does the R ecosystem contain? The language is open source. It is a popular integrated development environment. And it is a very, R Studio is the most popular integrated development environment, which means IDE, generally, for any software package or for any software that we use, nowadays you have what is called an integrated development environment, wherein you have an editor, there is a output, you can see the input, you can see your own program, then you can see the variables which are used in the program, and one can see the output and the packages which are being used for the program all in one screen. So that is what is called an integrated development environment, and that helps us to in a way debug our programs also if we go wrong anywhere. And R Studio is the most popular IDE for R that we use. It's a very powerful editor and enables programmers to interact with the R language. Next slide, please. And for those of you who would be wondering what is the difference between Python programming and R programming, which are the most popular programming platforms as of now, this is just a, this is just to show you the difference. Now, Python provides a more general approach to data science, and R is mainly used for statistical analysis. Python users are mostly programmers and developers. R users are scholars and R&D professionals. Python is linear and smooth to learn. R is difficult to learn at the beginning, not at all. I mean, compared to Python, R could be difficult, but from my experience, I can tell you R is easy to learn. And of course, R has many libraries and so does Python. So R essentially is a statistical package. So if one wants to know the variance, one wants to know the normal distribution, one wants to know any of the statistical information about data, R is the one to learn. Yes. The next slide, please. Now, this is just a illustration of what R can do given a set of data. This data is basically the IRIS data set that as we all popularly, or as it is popularly known. Now, every information, IRIS data contains some important information, and the complete information can be obtained in one visualization screen, actually. So if you learn it, then you're going to understand each of these graphs. You don't have to draw them separately. They are all on the same screen. So this is what is called exploratory data analysis, and which is just the beginning of learning about the data that we do. Yeah, next screen, please. So finally, I mean, I cannot say more than this, otherwise it would become the course itself. So these are the various visualization tools. One is the box plot that we can have for the data. This is called a heat map. This is the normal distribution. This is the regression line. And these are multiple regressions in R. So we can do a variety of plots using the packages which are available in R, and hence get an insight into the data. So you will learn more about the course. I mean, I'm sorry, I thought I'll include the syllabus also in the presentation, but then maybe Rajbir can just share the syllabus also. I've shared it as PNGs, Rajbir. If you could just show the syllabus. So in the course of our programming for data analytics, we are going to start with the basics of our programming, and then learn the, learn the use of various packages which come with R, and then we will go to learn machine learning. So yes, here you go. So R programming for business analytics, we could see. Yeah, here we go. Introduction to R, data handling and data visualization. So we are going to first learn about the syntax of R. Then we would go over to using some of the packages like tdverse, tibble, dplyr, ggplot, tidyr, per-R, readr, etc., which are necessary for tidying, manipulating, and plotting data. Then we will look into some linear programming models, optimizing models, understanding some Optim is a package, package available in R. And then we go over to learning the machine learning tools. We'll learn about what is machine learning, what are the various techniques of machine learning, and use some of the packages available in R to do what is called machine learning. When we say machine learning, it is the machine that learns. So with a huge amount of data, which we are unable to manage, we teach our computers to understand the patterns. That is called machine learning. We are going to learn the nitty-gritty of machine learning. So I would personally, having taught it for one semester, I would personally recommend it to students, because R is going to be used not just in statistics, but for all disciplines as far as I can perceive. So yeah, that is all. And thank you, Rajbir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Does anybody have any questions?
Students, if you have any questions, kindly post them in the question answer box. If there are any...
I was just preparing the Google form for this. I'll share it with the coordinators so that they will in turn share it with your teachers in charge. So you can fill it up if you're interested in doing this course. Yeah, thank you very much.
No, ma'am, there is no need for separate Google Forms. There
Acha,
is a
acha.
centralized, yeah, there is a centralized form for all
Okay.
courses. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you. That makes my job easy.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, next we have the presentation from the Department of English. The course is Creative Writing. Over to you, Aman.
Second. Yeah. And can you hear me, Rajbir?
Yes, yes.
And you can see the screen as well, right?
The screen is visible. Yes.
Yeah, so hi everyone. I'm Aman from Department of English, and the SEC course that we are offering this semester for semester 2 is Creative Writing, which carries 2 credits. Both are practicals. That means that you don't have an external exam for that, and the prerequisite is 12th exam, so that means any one of you can join this course. The objectives for this paper include building creative writing skills for students, which includes poetry, fiction, non-fiction, drama, and various other forms of, say, creative productions. The course will inculcate practical skills in all of you by mapping your creative talents, which can, benefit you in getting various employments in different fields. It also will help you in perform hand-on activities to develop your creative skills through practical sessions that we'll have in the course of one semester. The outcome includes students will be able to learn the craft of creative writing. You will be able to develop an understanding of theater and various performative acts. You will be able to learn to express yourselves through creative modes of writings, and the students will be able to get into different content creation fields and pursue versatile career options in the field of content creation. This is a brief of the units that we will discuss during the course of next semester. The first one includes introduction to creative writing, basically a theoretical approach to creative writing. Then it also includes craft of writing, different word plays, different figure of speeches, how do you create characters, how do you learn various tropes, motifs, and figures. The second one is about a close reading of texts, a close reading of, say, fiction, non-fiction, or movies. It's analysis and their interpretations. It also includes, skills like proofreading, editing, so on. The third one is about teaching writing skills to students, and this includes teaching poetry, teaching fiction, teaching non-fiction, and drama, and also reviewing all these genres, and also to have an understanding of how do you approach publication houses and publish your works. Yeah, and it's the course is being taught by me and Dr. Amrita Sharma from English department. So you can, if you have any queries, you can mail us or maybe meet us in the department room. Thank you. Thanks, Rajbir.
Thank you, Aman. Next, we have the presentation from the Department of Hindi. Is there anyone from the Department of Hindi? Students, if you have any questions or queries, you can post it in the question and answer box. Okay, moving on. Next, we have the presentation from the Department of Mathematics. Anyone from the Department of Mathematics? Okay, next we have the presentation from the Department of Physics.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So I am sharing my PPT.
Yes, sir. Sir, your voice is not very audible. It's
Just 1 minute.
okay, sir.
Is it audible now?
Yes.
Okay. So I am sharing my presentation.
Yes, sir.
And can you help me how to share?
Sir, there might be a tab where you have share screen button
Yes,
is there. on the
Yeah.
down below tab. In that, you have to share your whole screen. Once you open the PPT, then you can do the share screen and then share the whole screen.
It is showing portion of the screen, computer audio, run from second campus.
There will be a share screen tab. Yes. Screen sharing has started
Okay.
from your side.
So, is it visible?
The presentation is not there yet, but the screen sharing has obviously started.
Actually, my side is internet is very slow. So my screen is visible.
Yes, but I think we don't have your PPT right now on the screen.
So, can I orally tell?
You can mail your PPT to me if you can quickly. The email address is rajbir, RAJBIR, @svc.ac.in. We'll move to the next presentation and we'll come back to you after that. You can email me rajbir @svc.ac.in. RAJBIR, Rajbir. Okay, we'll go ahead for the next presentation now from the Department of Political Science. Do we have anyone? Department of Political Science, SEC, Personality Development and Communication. Okay, next from the Department of Sanskrit, Fundamentals of Indian Manuscriptology, the SEC course.
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Ravi.
जी मैम.
Dr. Mainpal, can you please stop sharing the screen and mail me your PPT?
Yes, okay.
Yes.
I'm not finding it here from my side.
Okay. It's okay. Take your time. On the down below, you will see the screen sharing option is there. You have to just stop sharing.
Somehow some internet connectivity, internet is very slow, so it is.
Yeah, that's why the presentation is not coming on the screen. Meanwhile, students, we have shared the Google form for your attendance and feedback. Kindly fill it. You have to fill the Google form to give your attendance and feedback. The link has been shared in the chat box with you.
Somehow screen is not visible from here. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Your screen is coming. You are
No,
here.
no, your screen sharing is still on. Either
Your voice is also very low, Dr. Mainpal. Your voice is very low. Your screen sharing has started, but your screen hasn't appeared yet.
Ma'am, it's because of low internet connectivity. So, sir, you can do one thing. Either you can leave the meeting once. You can leave the Zoom meeting and then enter again. So then the screen sharing will stop automatically.
Yeah, and meanwhile, email your PPT to Rajbir. We will share it from here. Yes. Yes, yes. So you leave the meeting once and rejoin.
Okay, so in the meanwhile, we'll have the presentation from Dr. Ravi, Department of Sanskrit. Sir, please go ahead.
जी मैम. Okay. मैम स्क्रीन शो हो रहा है?
Yes, sir. मैम दिखाई दे रही है पीपीटी? हाँ जी, PPT.
जी, आप सभी को नमस्ते. मैं डॉक्टर रवि, संस्कृत डिपार्टमेंट से. और इस बार जो सैक में हम फंडामेंटल ऑफ इंडियन मैन्युस्क्रिप्टोलॉजी, भारतीय पांडुलिपि विज्ञान के जो मूल सिद्धांत हैं उस पर हम चर्चा करेंगे. पांडुलिपि विज्ञान की आवश्यकता क्यों है, इस सिलेबस क्यों लगाया गया, इसके लिए सबसे पहले ये जानना हमें आवश्यक है कि इसके क्या इसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं और इसे पढ़कर हमें क्या लाभ होगा. तो आप स्क्रीन पर देख सकते हैं कि जो इस पाठ्यक्रम के मुख्य जो उद्देश्य हैं, जैसे कि संस्कृत ही नहीं, संस्कृत के अलावा भी चाहे वो सोशियोलॉजी हो, साइंस हो या मैथ हो, सभी प्रकार के जो सिलेबस है उनमें हमें मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट मिलती है. तो उन पांडुलिपियों पर जो विशेष जो हमारा जो इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम, जो आईकेएस की वर्तमान में भारत सरकार भी जो बात कर रही है, आईकेएस इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम, वो सभी पांडुलिपियों में निहित है. क्योंकि हम यदि देखें, इतिहास को देखें, तो 800 वर्षों की गुलामी के बाद हमारे बहुत सारे पुस्तकालय इतने नष्ट कर दिए गए, और उसके बाद जो भी हमारे पास नॉलेज है या जो भी हमारे टेक्स्ट है, मूल टेक्स्ट ना होकर उनमें एडिटिंग करके हमें गलत हमारा जो है हिस्ट्री, इतिहास हमें बताया गया. तो पांडुलिपि ही ऐसा क्षेत्र है जहाँ वर्तमान में हम देखें तो 1.25 करोड़ के लगभग पांडुलिपियां भी भारतवर्ष में है, जो अलग अलग लिपियों में है. इस पेपर में हम थोड़ा सा परिचय जानकर ही, थोड़ा सा किस प्रकार की लिपि होती है, पांडुलिपि कहते किसे हैं और किस प्रकार हम उनका सदुपयोग कर सकते हैं. क्योंकि अगर आपको इस पेपर के माध्यम से पांडुलिपि के विषय में पता चलेगा तो आप जान पाएंगे कि आपके घर में, आपके आसपास, आपके जिस भी क्षेत्र से आते हैं, शहर से आते हैं, कस्बे से, ग्रामीण क्षेत्र से, तो वहां भी इस प्रकार का दृश्य आपको देखने को मिल जाएगा. चाहे वो मंदिर में, चाहे आपके घर, पूजा घर में भी लाल कपड़े के अंदर कोई ना कोई पुस्तक रखी होगी, आपने देखी ही होगी. जो हमारे वरिष्ठ हैं, बुजुर्ग हैं, दादा दादी, उनके पास ये रहता है, जो किसी को छूने भी नहीं देते, उसकी पूजा करते हैं. तो उनको हम निकाल कर अध्ययन करके क्या पता कुछ ऐसी चीज निकल के आ जाए जो हमें नहीं पता, जो हमारे पुस्तकों में नहीं है. जिससे हम एक लिपि के माध्यम से कोई भी लिपि सीखकर हम पढ़ पाए, इसलिए इस पेपर को हम आगे पढ़ सकते हैं. साथ ही इसमें देखें कि अभिलेखों के व्यापक जानकारी प्रदान करना, जितने भी प्रकार के अभिलेख हैं उसमें मैं और साथ ही ऐतिहासिक जो तथ्य हैं, जितने भी हमारी ऐतिहासिक घटनाएं, क्योंकि अतीत को भुलाया नहीं जा सकता. जितने भी हम पर, चाहे हमारा नालंदा विश्वविद्यालय हो, चाहे अन्य जितने भी विश्वविद्यालय हो जिन पर हमारी पुस्तकों को जलाया गया, नष्ट किया गया. साथ ही संपादन की प्रवृत्ति, एडिटिंग क्या होती है, संपादन किस प्रकार करते हैं, वो भी हम इसमें जानेंगे. लिपियों को, अलग अलग प्रकार की लिपियों को पढ़ने का तरीका क्या होता है और कौन सी लिपि प्रसिद्ध है. वर्तमान समय में देखें तो कश्मीर में प्रचलित शारदा लिपि है जो सबसे प्रचलित है, और शारदा लिपि में सबसे अधिक मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट हैं जिनका अध्ययन कर, जिसको सीख कर मात्र 15 दिन के अध्ययन से आप शारदा लिपि को पढ़ना सीख सकते हैं. और पांडुलिपियों को किस प्रकार संरक्षित किया जा सके, अगर आपके पास, किसी भी बच्चे के पास पांडुलिपि है, अपने घर में है, तो उसको किस प्रकार सुरक्षित रखें, किस प्रकार संरक्षित किया जा सकता है, इत्यादि के विषय में हम इस पेपर में देखेंगे. साथ ही यह पाठ्यक्रम छात्रों को पांडुलिपि को जो महत्व है उसको, और साथ ही अपने कॉलेज के साथ साथ, कॉलेज की लाइब्रेरी के साथ साथ, हम दिल्ली में जो रह रहे हैं तो दिल्ली के आसपास जो क्षेत्र हैं, राष्ट्रीय अभिलेखागार भी यही है, आईजीएनसी, इंदिरा गांधी राष्ट्रीय कला केंद्र भी यही है. तो वहां भी लाखों की संख्या में मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट हमें मिल जाती है. और ये पांडुलिपियां कपड़े पर भी होती है, कागज पर भी होती है. साथ ही किसी पशु की चर्म पर भी पांडुलिपियां अलग अलग प्रकार से पाई जाती है. अब देखें वर्तमान में कि पांडुलिपि शब्द का अर्थ क्या है, कि कोई भी हस्तलिखित वस्तु, कोई भी हस्तलिखित जो भी हाथ से लिखा जाता है वो मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट के अंतर्गत आ जाता है. लिपि है कि एक ऐसा आविष्कार जो मानव ने अपने संग्रहों को अलग अलग प्रकार से अंकित करने के लिए आरंभ किया, वो लिपि के अंतर्गत आ जाता है। हमारे देश से सबसे प्राचीन लिपि जो प्राप्त होती है वो मोहनजोदड़ो की खुदाई से हमें प्राप्त होती है, जहाँ अलग अलग प्रकार की संस्कृति से संबंधित अवशेष भी वहां मिलते हैं। साथ ही विदेशी विद्वानों ने भी, जैसे कि सिंधु घाटी की जो अध्ययन से पता चला है कि सिंधु घाटी के लेख मिट्टी की टिक्कियों के समान अन्य सामग्री के अभाव में भी, अर्थात कि वहां मिट्टी पर लिखा जाता था, जो सामग्री लिखी जाती थी वो सब नष्ट हो जाता था, इसलिए भोजपत्र, ताड़पत्र, साथ ही वृक्षी की छाल, उसके बाद पत्थर और ताम्रपत्र और स्वर्ण पत्र इत्यादि पर लिखने की कला आई थी। इसके आउटकम्स क्या होंगे कि भाषा और लिपि के पठन और कौशल का विकास होगा, पांडुलिपियों के अनुकूलन की सोच विकसित होगी, और संपादन के लिए नई तकनीकी जो हैं उन तकनीकों के साथ हम इसमें अपना योगदान दे पाएंगे भारतवर्ष के इतिहास में, और नई जो आने वाली पीढ़ी है उसको भी हम सहायता कर पाएंगे। साथ ही इसका जो डिटेल है वो ये है पाठ्यक्रम के, जिसमें 2 यूनिट हैं। 2 यूनिट में से एक हमारा लेक्चर होगा और एक प्रैक्टिकल होगा। तो प्रैक्टिकल में हम देखेंगे कि आईजीएन से भी हम कॉलेज से परमिशन लेकर चलेंगे ट्रिप के लिए, वहां देखेंगे किस किस प्रकार की पांडुलिपियां हैं। साथ ही अन्य जो या दिल्ली से बाहर कुछ ऐसा होगा, जैसे कि बीकानेर में एक अनूप संस्कृत लाइब्रेरी है, वहां हमें प्राप्त होता है कि वहाँ एक चर्म पर पांडुलिपि है जो देखी जा सकती है, वहां भी हजारों की संख्या में लाइब्रेरी मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट मिलती है। उसी प्रकार इसमें 2 यूनिट हैं, एक फर्स्ट यूनिट और सेकंड यूनिट। इन दोनों यूनिट में हम ये सारा चीज देखेंगे। बाकी आप स्क्रीन पर देख सकते हैं कि अलग अलग प्रकार की पांडुलिपियां हैं, अलग अलग लकड़ियों पर हमें प्राप्त होती हैं, और इनके जो आधार हैं, जैसे कि हाथी दांत पर भी पांडुलिपियां मिलती हैं, वस्त्र पर भी मिलती हैं, शीशा पर भी पांडुलिपियां मिलती हैं, और अलग अलग प्रकार के कागजों पर भी हमें मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट मिलती है। इसके साथ ही हम ये भी ज्ञान नॉलेज प्राप्त करेंगे कि शाही कैसे बनाई जाती थी और शाही के प्रकार क्या होते हैं, कच्ची शाही होती है, पक्की शाही होती है। साथ ही पांडुलिपि को सुरक्षित रखने का सबसे बड़ा हमारे पास जो प्रत्येक घर में उपलब्ध है, जो हमारी रसोई में मिलने वाले जितने भी मसाले हैं, जैसे कि हल्दी इत्यादि जो है, वो उनसे सुरक्षा किस प्रकार हम कर पाए, ये भी हम इसमें जानें। साथ ही जो हमारे मनुष्य के जो विचार हैं, वर्तमान संदर्भ में हम देखें तो विचारों की सुरक्षा हेतु जो अलग अलग प्रकार की लिपियां हैं उनका आरंभ हुआ, और वर्णमाला के अभाव में जो ग्रंथ लिपि, रेखा लिपि, जैसे कि आपने कई ऐसी आपने कहीं घूमने गए होंगे या फिर प्राचीन खंडर ऐसे चीजें, मंदिर इत्यादि मिले होंगे आपको, जहाँ दीवारों पर चित्र इत्यादि मिलते हैं, तो वो चित्र लिपि कहलाती है। उसी प्रकार कई रेखाएं खींची होती हैं, वो रेखा लिपि कहलाती है। अलग अलग प्रकार की ग्रंथ लिपियां भी होती हैं, और ये भारतवर्ष में ही नहीं, चाहे वो अमेरिका हो, नेपाल हो या फिर चाइना हो, इन सब में अलग अलग भाषाओं में लिपियां मिलती हैं। आप इस पेपर को पढ़ते हैं तो आपको बहुत सारी चीजें हम इस सेमेस्टर में दे पाएंगे, जिससे आप जब कभी भी कहीं भी आपको ऐसा पांडुलिपि मिले तो उसमें आप अध्ययन कर सके, उसको सुरक्षित रख सके, संरक्षित कर सके। धन्यवाद।
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ravi. Do we have Dr. Mainpal with us from the Department of Physics? Okay, next we have from the Department of Sociology. The SEC paper is Working with People. Do we have any faculty from the Department of Sociology?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. I'm Dr. Sabha from Sociology.
Okay, Dr. Sabha, please go ahead.
Ma'am, my screen is visible.
Not yet.
Ma'am, I think the screen sharing is still on. That is why I'm not able to share. The
No.
screen sharing has to stop.
No, the screen sharing has stopped from Dr. Ravi's side. Just give it a minute.
Excuse me,
Sabha, try sharing again. Yes, now it has started.
Yeah, now it's visible, ma'am?
Yes, it's visible. Your presentation is there.
Okay. Good afternoon, teachers and students. This time, the sociology department is offering the skill enhancement course, Working with People, for semester 2 students. The credit distribution of the course is there are two credits to this course. One is given to the lecture and the other is the practical component. So the students will have to appear for an exam, theory exam, as well as they will have to give the practical exam also. Now, what are the learning objectives of the course? This course inculcates values in strengthening knowledge and skills in fieldwork practice learning, to develop aptitude and attitude to work in the field, to enhance skills of self-awareness, self-development, goal setting, and time management. The learning outcomes of the course is to develop a practical understanding of using the different skills while working with individuals and groups, develop skills and competencies to work effectively in field settings, and acquire understanding about self, goal setting, networking, and communication. Now, strengths of the course. The group projects and fieldwork will help students develop a host of skills, increasingly important in the professional world. Properly structured group projects reinforce skills that are relevant, such as breaking complex tasks into parts and steps, planning and managing time, refining understanding through discussion and explanation, handle challenging situations in the field, strong communication skills, pool knowledge and skills, delegate roles and responsibilities, and receive social support and encouragement to take risks. The course content is divided into 4 units. The unit 1 is developing personal and professional self, which includes self-awareness, sensitivity, goal setting, time management, and ethics in social work practice. The second unit is about planning for fieldwork practice, which includes fieldwork learning plans and strategies, rapport building, initiating dialogue and sustaining communication, thematic learning modules for targeted populations. Unit 3 is about documentation and fieldwork, which includes case records, group work records, community profile. And Unit 4 is about application of skills and techniques. So what I would like to tell the students is that this course is, it's very similar on the lines of social work, but it is very beneficial for the students who want to learn the skills of doing research. So social research is very important aspect of this course, but it goes beyond social research because it is actually about working with the people to dealing with the problems of the different sections of the population, the marginalized communities. And it's not only doing research, but it is actually studying their problems and suggesting measures to ameliorate their situation. This can be done by liaising with the governmental agencies and different organizations, and bringing in advocacy in the program. So this requires skills, and this enhances the skills of the students in terms of building better communication, doing research, studying the problems of the people, doing field work, which all of these aspects we learn in the practical session in the class, and the students will participate actively in doing the field work. So this is a very good course in that sense. And last time also when it was offered, there was a very good response from the students, and a large number of students joined this course. So I'm looking forward to getting the same response this time as well, and we'll meet in the class. If you have any query, please ask me when I'm there on the next physical orientation session in the class in college, or you can contact me directly on my phone number as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sabha. Okay, I think Dr. Mainpal has joined us from the Department of Physics.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I
Yes, but your voice is not very audible. It's coming very low. I have your presentation. I got it in the email. I'll
Yes.
share it now.
Is it fine and somehow
It's in a PDF format, so I'll keep moving. You just let me know when you want to move to the next slide. No
yes,
problem.
yes. Yeah.
Dr. Sabha, can you just stop sharing the screen? Okay, next we have from the Department of Physics, the presentation. I'll just share it.
Yes.
It's there on the screen.
So good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry for poor internet connectivity on my side. I am audible to everyone.
Yes, yes, you're audible, sir.
Okay. So here, as Dr. Professor Lalita has told about Python, the importance of Python, it is being used everywhere in the science and art, wherever we use laptops and all. So Python is being used in a large scale. So in this course, which is Essentials of Python, we will be learning, just move next page. So in this course, we will be using we will be learning basic Python and some advanced tool which is being used like day-to-day life, where we use ATM, fonts, and etc. Okay, so for this course basically is of 2 credit, means and it is for two lab. Basically, it is a lab practical course in lab for 2 credits. So it doesn't require any eligibility or initial knowledge of this course. So we will be learning from this course from very basic, like learning of basics of Python. Next page, ma'am. So I am sharing here syllabus. So in first unit, we will be learning very basic of this language, Python language, where we will be learning simple print statement, Python data structure, data types, and other like simple data types, complex data types, which is useful to define the object actually in terms of the data types. Okay, so and then we will move to the control flow, where we will be where one can use repetitive work which can be done using control flow. So next page, ma'am. So and then in this course we will be learning to define functions and to build the module, so that one can make his or her work very easy to do. Okay, so and then large number of files, how we can handle, we will be learning in course. Okay, and then we will move after learning basic things. We will move little advanced things like classes in Python and data structure in Python, unit 3. And in unit 3, we will be learning next page. So we will be learning if time permits, because it requires a lot of things to understand. Graphical user interface, application programming interface, we will be learning using different libraries available in the Python. Okay, so in a sense, it is very advanced course which will be useful to develop the web pages, web development, software development, and many things. So outcome of this course will be one can become web developer, software developer, data since we will be handling many things like file handling and all, we can do many process on the file. So it will be a we will be learning how we can handle all those and so do some scientific and mathematical operations. So it gives a flavor like how we can become a data scientist and all. So I think that is from this course. Yeah. I think I am done, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Next we have.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Next we have the presentation from the Department of Statistics. The SEC course is Statistical Software Packages. I've got the PPT in my email. I think there is a faculty member who wants to make the presentation. Is there anyone from the Department of Statistics?
Yes, Dr. Ravi
Yes,
Kumar.
yes,
Yeah, I'm promoting you as a panelist. You have to join as a panelist, then only you can be able to address the students.
Dr. Ravi Kumar, please accept as a panelist. Yes, you are there. Okay, sir, I'll share the screen. Are you there?
Hello?
Yes, sir. I'll share the
Okay.
screen for your PPT.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, all of you. So this is the statistics department. This skill enhancement course is offering the paper title is statistical software packages. So it will about to develop the skills about the data, how to handle the data. Then it will explain the which softwares you have to use for the purpose. So it will have 2 credits. The credits will have to basically mostly practical only. There is no theory exam in this, but actually it depends on the university norms. Okay. So learning objectives. So to familiarize data analysis using statistical software package like SPSS, examples, many softwares are there, that is SPSS, Minitab, FAST, and PSPP, like this type of softwares are there, but we have to use mostly SPSS. Okay. And next, to provide skills for provide skills for research analysis and increase employability. Because of this paper introduction is you have to increase your development of data skills. So that data skills means you have to handle the data, how to analyze the data, and this to have to get the how to job orientation. Okay, that is the main basic for this course I have to introduce for this purpose. To a layer foundation for advanced data analysis work and higher education. That means you have to go for any higher education purpose, how to handle the data, how to analyze the data, and how to interpret for the results that in the higher education you have to use for this type of software to have to give the data output. Next slide. Okay. So to understand basic functions of statistical software package for managing variables, okay, that is qualitative variables or quantitative variables, how to take the data. Okay, that we have to mention this way, and to generate descriptive statistics and analyze data through graphs and charts. That means you have to every data set you have to calculate machine should be descriptive statistics only, and then you have to analyze the data through presentation of graphs and charts. Okay, and the statistical methods to have to apply for this statistical software side, that is to test the differences in sample means. Okay, so this you have to interpret the mean difference of the samples of the analyze of the data. Next. So to identify relationship between variables and develop models for predicting dependent variables on the basis of independent variables. That means you have to basically in 10th class level, maybe in +2 level, you have to know the concept of intercept and slope of the linear equation model. That how to the independent and dependent variables are there, then how to interpret these two results. That you have to study in this relationship of the variable side. You have to predict the variables and independent the variables. You have to identify this relationship. Okay, to understand data structures and identify clusters in data. So okay, so where the problem is identified, then you have to cluster the form and then you have to analyze the data. Okay, to identify principal components that are relevant from a host of variables. That means if a large data is there, then how do the split into the components of the data side, principal analysis size. Okay, then you have to identify this software to have to analyze the data. Okay, next. So in this syllabus wise, mainly 4 units are there. First one is getting started with your software. So this you have to how to save the data, how to enter the data, and how to calculate the statistical functions, frequencies, and the charts like this wise. Okay. And next unit 2, it will discuss with the hypothesis testing for means. That means the mean difference of the data and independent of the data of that means. Okay, like this type of data, it will use the unit 2. And unit 3 is relating to the testing for association between variables. That means it will decide the data. We have to accept the result or reject the result. It will depends on p value. That p is the probability value. So that we will discuss the unit 3 of this syllabus. And unit 4 is regression analysis. So this is only for the regression analysis for regress the independent and dependent variable for the case of linear regression, multiple regression, binary logistic regression, okay, and so on. So here the main concept for this introduction of the software is in previous semester 1, maybe who are studying the Excel side, this is only for the clicking of the output. There is no programming is there. So just you have to write you have to enter the data and then just click it from your mouse, then it will show the output. Then you have to interpret the result. So that concepts are there in the unit 3 wise, and you have to use for the mouse only and enter the data for the keyboard only. Okay, this is the main basis for the syllabus of entering the data. Next. So the examination mode is only practical exam, but as per university norms, we have to present here the total marks is 100, but actually it is 80 marks only. Okay, it maybe depends on university, they have to decide. But it is mostly the 80 marks only. The previous semester it is only 80 marks. Okay, so this wise we have to introduce this paper as the practical paper only. There is no theory exam in this wise as the previous instruction wise. So this is the main concentration. Next. So the classroom is mainly ICT lab. So it's the class time is 8:45 to 12 every Saturday. So the mobile number myself it is 944169119. So you have to contact with my mobile and email. If any doubt, I am in the room 110 in the arts. Okay. So if you have doubts, then you have to contact with chat and mail. Next. Thank you.
Dr. Ravi, any prerequisite in this course?
No, madam. It's a very good.
Means you will teach the statistics part also, or just the statistical analysis part?
Little bit statistics, not for the fully, because of it is mainly software only. No?
Okay, so means statistics, a student must have some statistical knowledge.
Yes. Some statistical knowledge we have to teach. There is no problem also.
Okay, okay.
Little
so you will
bit
teach. Yeah, whatever is required, you will give the
yes.
brief about that.
Not for the entire thing. A small touch, then they have to study for the next courses.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Students, if you have any query, you can send your queries in the question and answer box.
Okay, moving ahead, we have the next presentation from the Department of Zoology. Do we have anybody from the Department of Zoology? Okay, students, you can post your queries and questions in the Q&A box if you have any questions and queries. And also, please kindly fill the feedback and the attendance form. The link has been shared in the chat box. Are there any more faculty members for the presentation? Please ask if you have any questions. Students, you can post it in the Q&A box. Please ask. Okay, then as you have already been made aware that the schedule will be shared for physical orientations with all of you. So students, on Saturday, when you have your SEC class, you can always go and take interest and participate in different SEC classrooms. You can go to them, and then you can figure out which course, which SEC you actually want to decide on. So you can go to the physical classrooms, study there, get your answers for your queries from the teachers, the respective teachers who are teaching the courses, and then you can make a choice. Okay, I think then we come to the closing of this session. Right, ma'am? Yes. So before we come to the closing and before we finish up with this session, we need to thank all of you. First of all, I want to thank our coordinator for IQAC Team 1, the Criteria 1 coordinator, Dr. Deepti Jain, ma'am, from the Department of Mathematics for conducting and organizing and making this session possible. And secondly, I would also like to thank Dr. Shruti Mathur, the SCC Nodal Officer, for joining us with and addressing the students about the SCC courses. And next, I would also like to thank Dr. Sunita Yadav, the team member for Criteria 1, for also coordinating and conducting this session along with the other members. Then we would also like to thank all the faculty members from the different departments of the college who joined with us today to brief the students, introduce the students to the course, and also answered and addressed various questions of the students for the different presentations they had made. Next, I would like to also thank the ICT staff, the various technical support system which they provide us to conduct this session online in an online mode. Also, thanks to all the students who have joined with us today to understand, learn, and to make a choice about their SEC. Also, we are also advising you that you need to go to the classrooms in the next Saturday SEC classroom sessions, and the schedule will be shared shortly with all of you. It will be there on the website, which SEC will be held in what classroom, and you can go half hour for every different SEC classrooms. You can go and you can figure out and you can make your choice and ask the questions from the SEC teachers who will be there, right? Thank you so much. And as already been informed to all of you, 31st January is the last date for making your choice and filling your Google form. So please kindly keep that in mind. That's it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you to Rajbir for conducting this session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. We'll meet you in the next session now, which is going to be on Monday. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Thank you.